Hello and welcome to the video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel, much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live. So this is more of an opinion piece than an actual new piece, so bear with me on this one. At the minute, a lot of the news stories are all to do with ex-players leaving clubs. So Jack Hunt, Miguel Lera's left Rovers. There's been some change at other clubs as well. And we'll be starting with our review of the season, which I'm hoping to have done by Saturday, which should be up for you all to watch and be able to be done so you don't have to miss your football fix or so. We're waiting on the club to release retain lists. I believe that's going to be a little bit more longer than we normally wait, but it is what it is. We will see what happens. But here's the thing for me, right? Sheffield Wednesday Football Club are going to be in a very similar position we were last season in the summer, because last summer we had it that we ended the season and we hadn't a clue if Danny was staying or if Danny was going. Danny got it all confirmed and everyone was like, brilliant, 3-year deal. We got someone here that's going to have a project and we can see a little bit of progress. Now, one of the things that we had last season as well is that we didn't know what the deal was with the backroom staff. We know now that as the season gone on, I should say, that their backroom staff, all their deals were up now. Now, according to some people, they have had contract offered to them, which is good. So even if we do lose Danny, the backroom staff will be here as well. So you can have that continuity with the players and stuff, which is good for moving a bit further if Danny goes. Now, a lot of this, again, goes back to Danny's, by the sounds of it, wanting reassurance. He wants reassurance in maybe the quality of player he can bring in, maybe some things he wants behind the scenes. He said last summer he wanted work to get done on the training ground and he wanted to bring the level of how the academy worked up. Now Jonathan Pepper's in charge, it looks like the works are going to start happening to training ground. And this is something that Danny's wanted from the get-go. He knows our training facility and the academy facilities is substandard at best, and that's me being very, very generous. But these things take time. He said in the past they take time, they take money to do so, and it seems like we've got money to do that somehow. A lot of people say it's an EFL grant. If it's an EFL grant, great, fantastic, brilliant. Use that grant if you can. But the other thing you've got with this as well is the fact that we are in such a situation now that we could be maybe 2-3 weeks away from someone turning around and going, Danny's off to X, Y, and Z. And we're having to do the manager recruitment drive yet again. Now, I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared for both scenarios. In my head, in one sense, in my head, Danny's already gone. But until it's official, I'm not going to say anything else because things could change. A lot of things can change in football. We know this. A week's a long time in football. But we don't know roughly what's going to happen yet. And we've been in this position before. Last season, last summer was very much this similar way of thinking, way of doing stuff, way of trying to do stuff. Now, the other thing is, Danny has put plans in place for pre-season. There are plans in place for pre-season. He mentioned them. That the plans for pre-season were getting underway and figuring out where they were going to go and stuff. He made his recommendations for players who should get new deals and who shouldn't get new deals. These are things that you will still continue to do with the manager, considering he's still in contract. He got next season, the season after that, and then he's out of contract. Now, I think Danny's done well while he's been here. and I hope he continues. But we understand that he's very ambitious and he wants to probably get to the top of wherever quite quickly. Now, we now know by the speculation that it's Southampton, Leicester, Fulham and Crystal Palace, who are all maybe putting Danny on the list. Now, Fulham and Crystal Palace, that makes a lot of sense to me. It Premiership, he wants to try have a crack at the Prem. Fair enough, go for it. Leicester and Southampton, the only reason you go there is A, you get a bit more money to spend, and B, the structure's already in place there. Now, the other one that I've not mentioned yet is RB Leipzig, where Danny is based. I think that's where the family's based and stuff. It's going back home. It's being able to go see kids every day. It's being able to go do the school run if he can, and be able to see them and be with his wife, where people forget he's only seen his kid 10 times this season. That's a lot of times for a young family not to see their dad. It is. And you got to give credit to his missus and his family over there for holding down the fort while he's been over here. I can't imagine that's easy. And there's a part of me that's like, I'd like Danny to go to that side of things and go, yep, I've enjoyed my time at Wednesday, but I want to go home. And I think if that was the one that he did, I think everyone wouldn't have much of an issue. Because I know some people are going to have issues if he stays or kind of thing. Because some of the stuff that's been said about him already on Twitter and other social media, I think it's a bit... I get it, I understand it. Managers and players come and go. But his win percentage, I think, is 38.1. Off the top of my head, I think Darren Moore had a 51 point something. And that's with Darren having 2.5 seasons. Well, 2 and a bit seasons. Danny got 38% in about 1 and a bit seasons. Let's call it that, because he came in middle of the October area when he got the job, and then he managed to carry on this season, get 12. Anybody would have snatched your hands off with 12th place at the start of the season. Everybody would have said, fantastic, we're mid-table, we haven't had to worry about being dragged into a relegation scrap right near on the last day. We've managed to get to it, not comfortably or easily, because we've had struggles, but anyone would have taken that hands down. That would have been a position someone would have loved to take at the start of the season, considering what happened last season. Now, Danny did steady the ship a little bit and give us that continuity. Have we been good? I wouldn't say we've been good. I think we've been average. We've been a very mid-table team that doesn't win enough, draws probably more games than we should do, and our home record have been atrocious. But again, I do feel like we're going to be in a very similar summer like we were last summer, where things are going to either get left really late and then go really quickly, and players are going to come in where we're going to be like, when's the next player? When's this player? Or it's going to be a little bit like the Darren Moore season, where everything's very late and very on the fly, as they say. And it would be nice to have it where we have a bit of continuity. I'm not going to lie, continuity is something I would love to have going into next season. But I do understand that's probably something in football nowadays isn't realistic. You look at Watford. Watford have just let Tom Cleverley go, and he got on to like 13th place. Not where they would have wanted to, but I think Tom Cleverley had an excellent first start of the season. You look at Hull, who are thinking about sacking their manager, Sellers, who's hasn't been there long. He's been there since, I think, November, and he's managed to keep them up. Yes, it has to go to the last day, but he's managed to keep them up. And as you look at where they were the season before that, they were just missing out on playoffs. Why the hell you would get rid of Rosenia, I don't know, because he had stuff that was going really well. It's something daft like Danny's the fourth longest serving manager or something stupid in the Championship. And I think having a bit of continuity and giving Danny time to build again will be good. But we all know it's not a case of just Danny. Things behind the scenes need to be right. Promises need to be made by the chairman to Danny for things to work. That's just football. So let me know what you think. If you think we could have a bit of a deja vu season like we had beforehand, or do you think it's going to be like the Sicko season and worse? And to make matters, just to put another curveball in, it was in the papers again that the big billionaire who's in boxing, I'm going to really struggle to say his name, so I'm not going to bother. It came out in an article saying he's looking at Championship clubs, and we got name checked again, which is interesting. When they've been name checked and things like that, makes you go, why now? Why is it now going into the big mainstream than the local media kind of thing? So let me know in the comment section below what you think, but it's going to be an interesting one. That's all I'm going to say.